I'm on the Upper East Side. Luxury stores, offices of diplomats, and gentlemen with deep pockets. A right place to work on my intolerance of hypocrisy. Little Peninsula. Rare and limited edition books. There's no question that the matches I found at the port are from here. But maybe I'm on... It's the service door for the little... So, in theory, these crates should contain materials to bind books, or something else useful for an antique bookstore. But I recognize this. I didn't remember that you need... a mailbox. Before sticking my nose in somebody's... There's a call...
Yes?
Hi, is this the Little Peninsula warehouse?
Yes, of course. Can I help you?
I'd like some information.
If you want information about our catalog, you can come by tomorrow morning when we're open. Unfortunately, we're doing inventory. Unless you reserved a...
Can
you please...
Forget it.
Goodbye.
An inventory in the middle of the night. It might be untrusting, but I don't buy it. There has to be something... Well, if they use the lie about the inventory, I'll use the lie of being the mailman to get a look at their mail. The box has a lock. I need a cylindrical key to open it. Nothing to do. It's... Yes, the license is thin enough to put it through the gap between the box. Let's see. Perfect. Let's take a look. It's a telephone bill. It's billed to a guy named Edward Marzetti. I've heard this name before, but where? Maybe it'll come to mind if I think about it. It's billed... Maybe if I think about... That's right. Greta's show was called Marzetti's Cats. It's not a very common name. It's gotta be the same person. Maybe Greta will be able to tell me something about this guy. I'd better put the bill back in its place.
Let me guess. We have to go somewhere.
Essex Street, Lower East Side.
We see.
Hi, Greta.
Hi, Jack.
Do you know us?
Edward? I haven't heard his...
So you know...
Unfortunately, yes.
How do you know him?
Years ago, when I was still dancing, there were lots of joints. He became a...
What kind of guy?
The work. He tries to pass himself his only real interest.
Interest. Why was...
He was the one who paid for everything. Our dance company was with his typically, despite the name,
Have you ever worked...
No. It's been...
Why was...
He was the one... Our dance company with his...
Have you ever...
No.
Do you know the little...
No.
The owner is your friend. It's an antique...
Marcetti isn't a guy.
I'm sure there's a door in the back of the store. Do you know how to get...
I haven't been to those places.
Do you still have any friends in that circle?
I know that I'll be sorry for what I'm about to tell, and it's someone we both...
Who?
Your friend.
Smiley.
Right. I think he works for...
How do you know?
Before you got here tonight, he never mentioned Marcetti, but he talked... If he doesn't work for Marcetti...
So Smiley might know how to get...
Probably.
Let's change the subject. About Smiley.
I hate that.
Do you know where I can find him?
Not a clue, Jack. The thing that's important to me...
If he really...
You're a private detective.
Rushing into his house isn't...
So how do you want to...
I don't know. I have a favor to ask you.
Let's see.
If Smiley's really sweet on you, he won't say no to a date with you.
What? You want me to go out with Smiley?
That's the idea.
Jack, it's out of the question. I don't have any intention of going...
Calm down. You won't have to go out with him.
What do you mean?
Do you have a telephone?
Yes?
Okay, call him and tell him to come to the joint. When he gets here, say you have to go put some makeup on and go upstairs and call my office. You have the number.
Can't you go out with that thug?
Greta, if this wasn't the only way I have to get into...
Damn it, Jack.
So I guess I'll buy...
You'll have to do a lot more than buy me dinner.
I'll find a... Call Smiley. I'll wait for...
Okay.
Good. This must be Greta. Hello?
Jack, it's Greta.
Is Smiley there?
Yes, it's amazing how quickly he got here.
Typical.
He's downstairs. I came up with the excuse of putting my makeup...
Did he come alone?
Yes, he's alone.
Okay,
Jack, hurry up. I don't want that beast near me.
I'm coming. I'd better head for the Red Tulip. Here's Smiley. Let's see if I can get him to talk.
Detective, what?
I saw the
I'm afraid that since Miss Reed,
Congratulations, Smiley. Now beside...
you...
Jealous.
Come on, Detective.
I guess
I don't...
doesn't... Do you know a...
Marcetti? No,
Don't play...
I don't know where you got...
Do you know a...
No.
Damn, a nice hook to his solar plexus, and I could get him to say he wears women's... But I can't risk it. See ya, Smiley.
Goodbye, Detective. Goodbye.
Maybe a little booze will loosen Smiley's tongue. I've never seen anyone let their guard down so much with just a little booze. Let's see what he has with him. Smiley had a few bucks and this piece of paper with him. The Art of Chess by Humphrey de Fort. I better remember it. And
Where you want to go this time?
– 65th Street, Upper East Side.
We see.
Yes?
Hi.
Hello, sir.
I reserved a book.
Can you please...
The Art...
Ah, hi, Mr. Lowerstein. I'll get the door in...
So is this how a bookstore's warehouse looks like? I have to start going to bookstores. It looks like they're less boring than what they say.
Hello, sir. Do you want something to drink?
Yes, I'll have a whiskey. Make it a double, no raw.
Sorry, we don't...
You don't have...
We only make cocktails here. We have more than... If I may, I'd suggest you order...
I bet that's one of those cocktails that has an orange slice, ice, and a...
An orange slice, ice...
I hate umbrellas when it...
Whatever you want.
Anyway,
Ah, are you...
yes, an old...
I see.
Why's the stage...
It's just a...
What's it about?
She's the club's main attraction.
Belly dancer. Where can I...
Ah,
Do you know when he'll be...
unfortunately, I don't.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Well, look here. That's Howard, the older beau of little Susan Weber. Hi.
Hi, with whom do I...
Better use a fake name. I'm Kennel Riley. I'm a...
Oh, private. And tell me, Riley, are you one of those detectives that always goes around with a gun and...
I hate guns. They just help certain detectives to feel more
Fascinating. Let me introduce myself. I'm...
Howard Paul, film producer. It looks like a field where there's a lot of money to make.
Oh, but of course the real...
Which I...
You...
What are you doing?
Oh, very simple. Mr. Marsetti insisted on my being... We spoke the entire time.
So, you were already able to get...
Certainly, an interesting guy. When some urgent business...
So, Marzetti is still at the joint. The girl at the counter...
Let me just say that we need more people like Marsetti.
What type of...
Obviously, ones that adventure, mystery, and not to brag, you must have seen the night of the...
I must have missed it.
I can assure you, it's about the director did a great job. He's a real gentleman. From Tibet, a great...
Right. You match if it weren't for a certain
You're very...
When I get tired of tailing cheaters and 18-year-old runaway. Bye, Howard.
Goodbye.
Hello again, sir.
Hi. I heard that Marzetti's at the club.
Who told you that?
Old acquaintances.
Well, I shouldn't say it, but he expressed...
Miss, I just need to see...
Oh, no. A friend of mine from my cinema classes?
So, you study cinema.
Oh, yes. My dream is I love...
How did you come to work?
A friend of mine found me, but then I found out...
Right. Knowing...
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
This is my business card.
Howard Paul, film producer. Wow, you're a producer?
Right. A lot of people take...
I don't... How come you are...
I have to see Marzetti.
Well, if you're a producer, and maybe you might think,
Definitely. You have the...
really?
Certainly. And going back to Marzetti, can...
Oh, yeah, he's upstairs in the last room.
Thanks.
No problem. Remember, think of me for your movies.
Certainly. So now we know what this place is really about. It's nothing more than a whorehouse. A high-class whorehouse. Hey, Beast. I want to talk to your boss. That grimace, his size. I've already met this guy. It's the same one that tried to take off my jaw at the port. For a second, I am frozen like a statue, waiting for him to clock me with one of those hooks. Then I think about it. The port was as dark for me as it was for him. He must not have recognized me. At least, not yet.
Oscar, let him pass. Come in, sit down.
Are you Edward Marzetti?
That's right, who are you?
I'm Kennel Riley. I'm a private detective.
Kennel Riley. Interesting name. I'd have thought you were Italian.
You have a good eye.
As you can guess, my family's from... Tell me, Riley.
I'm just
Passing all private detectives.
Right. We like...
Come on, Riley. Which one of my customers...
Looks like you're used to this.
This is a speakeasy, right? Even though access is... It's not unusual for one of your col...
So, access to your...
Looks like it. Only people on a...
Aren't you worried?
The only reason for the password at the door...
Talk to me.
It's one of the many... They drink their cocktail and the next morning...
So,
You could... Who do you believe...
managing...
That's right.
I do what I...
Ah,
Right. What do you do for...
I have a few joints in New York and...
I know that you...
I see you have been... I bought my first joint. There was still
Yourself...
I'm a rather...
I heard you're a...
Ah, I bet you've shared... You'd never think it to see him. He hasn't made a...
I'm sure that the...
Nearly all of... Helped out by...
Why did you...
I have money to spend lately and I've decided to invest it in the movies. They seem to have a good... I've been courting old... But sooner or...
Bye, Marzetti.
It's been a pleasure to talk with you, Riley. Come back to see me. I'll tell the bartender to let you in whenever you want. Just give your last name at the call box. You're not the kind of guy who lets a password get in his way.
Marzetti is a shrewd guy. I'll have to be very careful. I certainly can't simply ask him whether he knew Sean, but I'm sure I can find something interesting in his office. But how can I get in there without him being there? A red light, indispensable object to create the right atmosphere. The glass cover doesn't come off. It must be attached to the base. It's too hot to screw out with my bare hands. Greta's handkerchief. I'd better wash. Yes, I should be able to unscrew it with a handkerchief without burning myself. Good. I let it cool down a bit. Now I can get... With this, the room...
Where you want to go this time?
Essex.
We see.
I don't see how I could use... Yes, this lamp is perfect to get the right atmosphere. Good. It's time to play photographer. The magnifier shoots its light beam, focusing right on the photographic paper. I take the page, and then I put it in the developing liquid, then in the fastener, and finally, I rinse it with water. I let the photograph dry for a while. 15 minutes, and the magic is done. Now I have a nice picture of Howard romancing with Harvey Weber's.
Where you want to go this time?
65th Street, Upper East Side.
We see.